I'll tell you what, if it's not one thing, it's another. First was the third quarter, and now it was the first half. So right now, we're just not a very good football team for 4 quarters. I'm not ready to say that we're not a very good football team, but for 4 quarters, we're not very good right now. We got to get that fixed. I think when we're playing good football together, we're not a bad little football team. But until we can figure out 4 quarters of football, we're going to struggle.
Obviously, Coach Walker, I know you want your team to come out better. You know what I mean? I mean, you knew UTEP was going to be fired up, and matching their intensity would be a challenge, but that was true.
No question. No question. It's something we addressed all week of practice. It's something we addressed last night. We knew that was the case. I think when you have a sense of we're better than the other team, I think it's pretty easy to come out with that type of intensity. So we got a lot of work to do. But the good part about it, it's only 3 games. We're 1-2. Maybe this is where we should be anyway. But we have some games left, and we just got to continue to try to get better as a football team.
Their offense kind of had you off balance in the first half.
Yeah, their 4 wide receiver sets had us off balance, and it wasn't so much the passing game, it was their running game. I thought they had a good scheme in their running game, and they put their skill players on the field, and we weren't able to match them. I thought later on we kind of figured things out and did a better job, but early on they did have us off balance in the run game.
Coach Walker, you played your cornerbacks really off their receivers. Obviously, they have some fast receivers, but you made adjustments at halftime. They kind of exploited that. Maybe just talk about that decision.
Yeah, they were just pitch and catching, which wasn't killing us, but they were still moving the sticks. I thought our guys did a pretty good job once we started playing more man-to-man. I know they hit us on a deep ball on Jeremy that was challenged, and they said he was inbounds, and then they hit Darian at I think it was late third quarter or fourth quarter. But I thought our man-to-man pressures were actually better than our zone coverage.
Was it taking away the big play in the passing game, or was it trying to limit the run that you were backing up?
Well, just to try to keep the ball in front of us and try to take care of their run game. Then they started, to pitch and catch, so we felt like we had to get up and take space away from them and try to take care of the run game. So they did a good job. It's always a chess match every week, so it's just something that we got to do a better job of executing.
Did them get in a rhythm? Did that maybe, start the snowball effect in the first quarter?
No question. And then too, we had we couldn't score any touchdowns either. So we were off the field, and then they were staying on the field, and they were scoring points, and we weren't. So resulted into a 27-7 score at halftime.
There were some halftime adjustments. Kuroga was used more as a blocking back. You brought some guys. The point is this: are there things to build on for next week?
Well, you always look for the positives. If you look at, if you just took the halftime score, what was it, 14-14? So if you want to find some positives, I think that's a positive. But we've played 2 very good football teams the last 2 games. I think both teams are going to win a lot of games. So we've got to get ready for next week and try to get back to 500.
It just seemed like it was hard to match their intensity early. You know what I'm saying? That first quarter. Can you just talk about that, Kamante? Just trying to get up to their level, and it wasn't there tonight.
Some of the players, they just bought into what was outside of what we had to do. They was overwhelmed by just coming into the stadium instead of staying focused and what was on task. Just coming here, playing 4 quarters of hard football, that's what we worked on all this week. And we just didn't get it done the first 2 quarters.
It seemed like there were some things, obviously a loss is a loss, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Are there things you can build on, though? You guys ran the ball better in the second half. Bottom line, you're playing UNM next week, so you got to win that football game.
Absolutely, yeah. It sucks losing both rivalries in one season, so, this is something we definitely want to bounce back from. It's a learning experience. We're just going to go back home and just watch the mistakes that we made.